Welcome, rugby fans. Welcome, war fans. Welcome to Anderson Rugby Complex here at the U.S. Military Academy in West Point, New York, where we are about to bring you Women's Army Rugby against LIU, Long Island University Sharks, in a game of tens. My name is Mike Eisenhart, and we are here on the EGRL channel, Elite Girls Rugby League. As always, I am joined by my colleague to the left, Mr. Stefano Aliprandi. Steph, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Mike. It's been a couple weeks for me, so I'm glad to be back on the mic with you, and looking forward to some great Army rugby as usual.
Man, it's a great night. It's good to be here. It was a little windy and chilly this morning, but it is not the case now. It's nice and warm, clear skies, a little bit of a breeze, but not a stiff wind. And things are looking pretty good. Yeah,
this is the perfect weather for a Friday Night Lights game of rugby, actually, Mike. I think there's just a touch of chill in the air, but it's nice and clear, big dry field. This is going to be, let's hope we see a lot of ball moving through the hands tonight.
So tonight is tens, and so for the rugby fans at home, tens is sort of a hybrid game between the two main games, right? So we've got sevens, which is what's played in the Olympics, 7 people on the field per team, 15s, which is played in the World Cup, which we typically broadcast here, and this is tens, so it's sort of a mix between the two. Ultimately, the take-home message is it's a little bit smaller, in numbers, but the same size field.
Yeah, Bill just brought up an interesting point. There was no, it's going right to the whistle versus the anthem.
Getting right into it, yeah.
Okay.
So looks like we've got the referee at the center. Can't quite make it out, but that could be Camille from New York Referee Sirs. So nice to see Camille out there, and we're going to get right to it. Looks like the LIU squad will have the ball in hand, and I'm going to apologize right off the bat. The LIU team is wearing light blue and white jerseys on the right side of the screen with yellow numbers. And so it could be that I'm going to have to just deal with it and get some glasses, but that's a hard contrast to see. On the left side of the screen, we've got Women's Army Rugby taking the ball, and they are in the black jerseys with the bright white numbers, so I will more than likely get their numbers right most of the night.
And there might be a little favoritism for the black jersey anyway.
Could be a bit of a home crowd here. And so we start off. The kick made it 10. It rolled in and looks like it was knocked on, and so it's going to be the first scrum down of the day. So LIU will get the put in. They'll have the ball in hand, and we'll see our first scrum platform.
So this will be interesting too, Mike, because this is a modified scrum as well. You're taking your flankers and your 8 out of this, so you basically got your tight 5 against tight 5.
Exactly. So 5 people per side there in the scrum, and a light push, and here it goes. So the ball comes out. LIU looking to attack right away. Good hard hit there at first. Good contact made. Now the ball recycles. LIU again looking to hit that first hard run. There it is. That was a solid job. Dropped the shoulder. Still coming out to the left side of the screen. A little bit of a delay. Out to the outside. LIU with some speed in the width, but the tackle is made. Looked to me like Zoe Weimer, maybe wearing 9. LIU continuing to drive on. Ball's available, comes out to the right. Still looking to test the width.
Wow.
Good hard work there by the runner, and looks like possibly a knock-on call. So Army looks to get away with one there. Good hard attacking rugby there by LIU, coming in really right off the opening whistle, looking to attack. And there'll be a scrum down to black. And so
dodges one there, Mike. And, I got to tell you, I'm pretty impressed with the attacking shape coming out of that Sharks jersey.
Yeah,
I mean, they're scrambling well. They're getting out there. Their ball's out in front of the receiving player. I mean, they're moving the ball.
Yeah. Well, they're a rebuilding program, so we don't really know what to expect. Again, the new coach this year, I know, has been working real hard, and so I would expect to see some good rugby.
It shows.
Here's the kick. That looked to be Vizcarra finding the foot. It's fielded nicely. And the runner takes it back in. Couple on the tackle there. And the ball out to the right again. Still trying to test that width. Good hard run.
Absolutely. Got to love that ball from depth, Mike.
Comes out again.
Look at that shape.
Into that early pod and a little flick. There it is. First attempt at the poach, not successful. Big hard drive there.
Wow.
Now we're met with some contact.
Wow.
And Army says, no, we're not going to let it happen quite so easy. Now the ball comes back in again, swings it out to the width where there looks to be numbers. It's bobbled but recovered. Couple on the tackle. A little flick from the ground. That one is in for the opening try of the day. And so LIU on the board first with the first 5. The signal goes up from the referee, and the kicker will come out to line up the kick. So right off the bat, some hard attacking work by LIU.
Really nice pressure from that sky blue jersey right there, the Sharks, right? And we were saying it from the beginning, they've just been on the front foot since that kickoff, right? And what I'm seeing out there is that they have organized shape, they know where they want to put that ball, and that receiver's there every time, and they're coming from depth. So that's a tough thing to get your hands on when you're trying to tackle that player who's got a bit of a head of steam on her.
The drop kick hits the crossbar, and so is not successful. So the score remains 5-0.
Cut me off if I'm yammering.
No, no worries, no worries. And so we'll restart it. And looks to me that Army will regroup and shake off those early jitters and get back to work.
I'm happy to see this, Mike. This is a program that we know went through some struggling, call it a struggling period there for a while, and you know, they've played some good rugby in the past. I know my daughter played against them half a decade ago. Pretty good program, so it's good to see him back on the front foot.
Good take there by Cassidy, ball in the tip. And now Black has the ball. That was Eve Ursell who did the kickoff. Nice job. There's Reagan King breaking through, finding the seam.
Slicing run.
Continues to drive the legs, gains some meters. The ruck is on. It looks like it's going to be recycled. That could be DeLeon with the ball in hand. Playing the number 9 position.
9 on the back.
Yeah, or that Emily Vizzacaro. This is Z barreling through, gaining a few.
Army finding their feet here.
King, a little show and go. And again coming out. This is Weimer. So both teams showing they can attack.
Absolutely.
Cassidy ball goes in hard, 2 on the tackle. Referee says, nah, that's a penalty. You were offsides. And so the offsides call sends LIU back 10, and we'll see what the decision on the field is. Emily Vizzacaro, ball in hand. Looks like contemplating a quick tap, but maybe not. Let's see. So Cassidy ball looks like going to take the touch-finding kick, and they'll set up the line out if we can find touch. It's a good, solid strike.
Absolutely.
And right about at the 22-meter line, can hear the pleasure from the war side. They were happy with that strike, and so we'll see the line out. Looks like Reagan King going to have the ball and do the throwing duties.
I think this is our first line out of the game, Mike.
It is.
So we've had a couple of set pieces in the form of the scrum down. Let's see.
Jumpers
nice
up.
ball.
That's
nice ball.
Cassidy ball with ball in hand, and Vizzacaro swings it out. One hop. Now out again. This is Weimer looking for space, looking to get that seam. Good hard contact, but drives on. Well played there, and may have enough, and the arm is up, and it's a try. And so Army answers back firmly, puts 5 on the board, and now we've got a tied game.
Yeah, it looked like Army just needed to wake up a little bit there, and because as soon as they got scored on, that attacking front foot seemed to come out. And that was a terrific post-pattern run by that young lady to shake that tackle off and then dot it down. Tough on the kick, but take the 5 points when you can. Absolutely.
So that's Zoe Weimer scoring the first one for Army and putting it in the corner. It is going to be a hard strike. So 10s, like 7s, is a drop kick style for the points. And so that is quite a ways away. Looks like it's Vizzacaro with the ball in hand. Referee's just sort of tidying things up and saying, no, can't be in the line of the kicker. Let's go ahead and give her some space. And now we'll get things rolling again. It's a good strike. Just a little short, but a good strike and on the right path. So well played there. And now
target was good. Just needed a little more mustard.
That's a solid drop kick. That's, that's
absolutely
pretty far. So that's good work. And so now it looks like we'll start again with the restart. and Vizcarra will do the duties. Ball is up, goes 10, and it's fielded.
Tough ball carrier here again, Mike.
Gaining some meters there.
Yeah.
Can't quite make out the numbers so well with the glare, but that was 19 it looked like. Now some pressure.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
And unfortunately on my roster, 19 has no name.
No name. There's a town in Colorado off of 70.
Oh, just missed the hop. So it was a nice kick. Ball popped and one back, but not releasing is the call. And so didn't release, played it maybe on the ground a bit. And so Army will get the ball on a penalty. LIU makes their way 10. And looks like, again, probably going to line up for the touch finder. This is Cassidy Ball with the strike.
I haven't seen 10s in a long time, so I'm keep counting players on the field. Like, are we at 10? Looks like 8.
That one didn't find touch, and so it's returned. I like the intensity of LIU bringing the ball back. They're coming right back at him, trying to gain some meters. And I would say so far, one of the themes of the game is going to be Army's going to have to firm up on the tackles. That one looked high, and referee has the arm out, so it looks like that's going to be a penalty. So advantage being played. And again, for those at home, advantage basically just means that if you still have the ball and the penalty is going to go your way, you have a chance to do something with it. That knock-on is going to bring it back to the original penalty, and so it's going to be a high tackle there. It's going to be penalized. And there's the call from the referee.
Yeah, that shouldn't be more than a penalty at this point. They mitigated when they went into that. The player could see that she was in the wrong spot over the shoulders and dropped off. So penalty perfect. No reason to go to the pocket.
So the kick doesn't work out, also doesn't find touch. Oh, a nice idea there. Shows the kick and pulls it back. Wow. Gonna make it count.
She's still on her feet, Mike.
Well played. Cassidy Ball, that's a smart idea. Unfortunately, looks like we got a player down, maybe a hamstring, but the ball continues. This is Aganlola. Ball out. This is Reagan King seeing some seam. Oh, that was close. They're looking for that shooter on defense. You can see that shooter is coming up, and they're trying to step it. Oh, that one might have been forward. No, it was not, but is driven into touch. And so the game will pause there, I would imagine, for a second as the trainers make a decision with the player on the field. We'll see if the referee calls it. That's a good time to just mention that they are playing 10-minute halves and 3 sequences. Let's call it that way. So,
okay.
So
60 total?
Yeah, 60 total minutes. No, 60 total
60
minutes,
total.
2
okay.
10s.
2 10s, 2 10s, 2 10s.
Exactly, and then they'll take a little break, I think, in between the 10s. So the scoreboard is expired on time. Game is continuing, even though the player is down. Lineout is taken by LIU, and it comes out. Kick is on. Smart choice. And bounces one more time. Vizcarra able to grab it. Now there is some space. Question will happen here. This is Weimer. Looking to split the defenders. Hand on there, good defense. Ball back out. This is Carreno. And now the ball stops. Referee says, may have been playing on the ground there. Can't quite make out the hand signal. Looked like it was playing on the ground. And good news, the LIU player is up and making her way to the sideline. Hopefully no worse for the wear. Ball comes back out. Again, there's that tough runner you mentioned.
Yeah.
Driving on. Army's starting to put multiples in the tackle, so LIU may try to take advantage of that, but it's a smart play. That's a good hard tackle.
I'd just like to see that young lady lower that shoulder a little bit into the contact. I think it would benefit her 5 to 10 yards every time.
Wow, this athlete has some speed. Cannot see the jersey number, but they find some space and make it count. So well played there by LIU to get the gap and take it at full pace.
Bill, what do you got on jersey number on that?
Some real pace from that athlete. Well done.
Holy cow.
I mean, just kind of left everybody else there standing. So
yeah, found that gap and just put the afterburners on, and that was it. I mean, those strides were fantastic. I mean, it was like top gear right off the bolt.
So this is Eve Ursel with the ball in hand, looking to get ready to the kick right in front of the posts. And that one is going to count. So score holds at what should be 12. So 12-5, and looks like we're maybe at that first break.
Yo, how you doing? So LIU doing some good things out there, Mike. I mean, if we go back to where they were taking that penalty when they were in their 22, right, and they were going to kick to get that pressure off, they had an interesting play there where they had a dummy runner come through, then ball go back deep. So they almost like got it to like bite on that runner, bring folks in, and then open up that green space in the back. And I got to tell you, to me, that's good coaching.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
something good's happening on the North Shore there.
Creating
Absolutely.
some overloads, creating some mismatches. I mean, that's the name of the game, right?
You know, and they're working that play. You know, you don't hear anything from the sidelines from the coach. That's taken care of by the captains and the team out there. So, you know, well coached and well played by the team out there.
Yeah, I think that's a fair compliment. That's some good signs if you're an LIU fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So with the first break, we've got 12-5. Let's call it the first half of the first third, if that makes any sense. And
are we getting into fractions?
I know this is complex math more than I can handle.
This is dangerous water.
And it looks like we've got Coach Bill LeClaire out on the field, having a chat with the referees, and they're probably going to bring it right back in.
So, man, again, a perfect night for rugby up here, right? A little bit of a breeze out there. It's nice and dry. Actually, probably a little bit too dry for everybody's liking up here in the Northeast right now. But as far as it goes for Friday Night Lights rugby, this is good weather. And we were talking about it at the beginning, hoping to see ball in hand, right? Because it's not a sloppy day.
Yeah.
And we've been seeing it.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Yeah, you're getting some movement. I mean, it's nice to see. They're clearly trying to use the space. I mean, 10s, of course, less players in the field, more green space to work with.
Yeah.
And certainly they look like they've got that idea dialed in.
You know, it's an interesting thing, too, to have to play 10s, right? It's not something that you play very often, right?
Yep.
So I think there's a comfort level, obviously, for the 15s and the 7s because it's so commonplace throughout the season, right?
Sure.
But, like, the fact that these two teams are putting on such a good show tonight based on this variant of the game kind of speaks to their capabilities out there.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I would imagine this is probably the first time any of these players have played 10s.
Probably.
I mean, maybe not the first time for everyone, but it's probably, you know, can count on one hand.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's a game that in some parts of the world they're trying to grow, trying to see some more of it. I guess because, you know, there's some of us diehards, we love the 15s game, and it's kind of like main numbers kind of maybe keeps that, you know, harder to do, but yeah.
It's a good variant. I think it's a good variant between 15s and 7s in particular for it's a good mix for forwards and backs players.
Yeah, that's a fair point. And so, looks like the ball is going to make its way back out to the field. They're looking for it, and Army will do the honors of kicking. So the clock is reset at 10 as we wait for the game ball to make its way back to the center. And of course, there we go. It's Vizicaro with the ball. And it looks like Gwen Gilchrist lined up next to her. So we'll see who's going to be on the chase. Referee signals, and the clock is back on. Goes 10. A little bit of a bounce, but picked up nicely and cleanly. Moved out into some space. Little footwork there. Well done. Tackle's made. Ball's available. Good job there. Continuing to churn the legs. Gaining more meters. So meters after contact right now. Pretty good job. Hard run. Finds the gap.
Wow.
again with some pace.
Wow.
So LIU trying to make it happen, makes the nice little offload and makes it count. Well played to dot it down for 5 and put it in the center. I mean, that's good quality play there. Within 2 meters, could try to dive maybe, but looks for the little flick and gets it under the posts.
Just heads up rugby right there, Mike. And I'm wondering who that is because, you know, covering the high school game like we do up and down the Eastern Seaboard, like it's funny that we can't put a name to that face because evidently that number 5 in the Sharks jersey has played before, knows what she's doing out there. Not only was that what she did in the contact area to get away, evade, and then get up there and give that unselfish flick right at the end. Great support run by her teammate. Like that's not something you pick up yesterday at practice.
Not a new thing you want to try.
Right.
So our roster says that's Sailor Russell.
Okay.
Wearing the 5 jersey here in the foreground, and I did not get the try scorer's number. Could have been the 9, RJ Scott. Did not catch it.
I believe you're correct.
Which of course would make sense, right? The 9 doing a lot of that kind of follow work.
Yeah, doing a lot of hard work.
So the score now 17-5. And Army is going to have to stiffen up a little bit defensively if they're going to keep this one where they want it to be. So we'll see if they can get back on their front foot on the attack. The ball is up. Good hard strike. Bounces in, able to be caught. That's Weimer. I'm calling her name a few times tonight.
Absolutely.
This is Carreno. Good little offload there at the end. Stiff arm, a little isolated, gonna have to get over it. There it is, well played.
Just a little bit of jittery hands there, but Army's able to hold on.
Cassidy ball in space, gonna look to split defenders. Looking, Carreno there for the offload, well played.
Nice work.
So some continuity now coming from the black jersey.
Absolutely. Great hands.
This is Z Aganlola.
Caught that on the forearm, pulled it in.
Out to Gilchrist, to King. The final one in the corner, not quite able to do it. And a great job by the defender to pull her out of bounds. So that was Ariel Fendenheim who had the ball last, and great job there on the defensive width.
And King did good work there by drawing that defender in, right? That patience right there. They just ran out of field.
Yeah. So we see our first rounds of subs look to be making their way to the field. And with 6:30 to play, some changes on the field. It'll be LIU's line out, so they'll throw the ball in. And it looks to me like Aganlola and Andrade and Cassidy Ball making their way off the field. And it looks to me like maybe De Leon, Winker, and possibly Alyssa Davis making their way on. Ball comes out, LIU looking to put it to the foot. No one home, so that's gonna run and gonna find touch maybe. No, stays in. So great job by Vizicaro to get back there and make the play. Now looking. And ball this time finds touch. So it's kicked directly out. It looks like that's the conversation between the referee and the AR. Did it bounce in or did it go directly out? So again, for those at home who don't know the game so well, if you are in front of your own 22, which is the solid line near the ends of the field, if you're in front of that and you kick it directly out, the ball comes back from where it was kicked. Now, referee has some hand signals going. Looks like there's a penalty on the play, so possibly an unsafe hit or something on the kicker, but it looks to me like it's going to go to black in a penalty scenario. And so they decide to take it at the mark. So possibly 2 different penalties. It could be that not retreating on the kick, that might be one of them, and maybe a second one, something else. So they take the one that's a bit closer, and looks like it's going to be a tap and go. First hands on is King, who finds 17, could be Ellie Carney. Getting some meters, Carreno over, out to King. Looks to split some defenders. Ball is secured, Vizicaro brings it out.
Nice little look from the 9.
Yeah, takes it herself. Nice little step on the inside seam. Now King there. Scrum half in, so the ball comes out. This is Carney. That one looked to be knocked on. So in the transfer, the ball was thrown forward, and so it's going to be a scrum down to LIU. So you can kind of see what both teams are trying to create. Both are trying to get some attacking going, trying to get some offloads in the contact area and, you know, see if they can open the game up. And both have been successful. Right now I would say LIU's finding that pace when they're taking the ball, which has really been very, very dangerous. So good stuff.
They're getting that depth, Mike. And that's that shoulder break and run that you need right there. It ain't going to happen with 5-6 steps. You know, you got to be at a full head of steam with the hands out, waiting for that ball to come.
Ball comes out, back to the 9. 9 in some traffic. It's sealed, and they bring it back out. Looks like possibly a new player entered the game, has the ball in hand. But the ball is stripped. Well played there. This is Davis with the ball in hand. So that was Gabby Winker on the strip. Great job by her. Hard work in the ruck there. Referee says, get out. No, didn't get out fast enough, did not release, and so hands in is the call. Now Winker, who looks out for DeLeon. DeLeon with some footwork, finding a space. Ball back to Vizzacaro. That was Ringdahl who had it for a second, brought it back. King now, out to Kearney. Kearney to Carreno. Ruck is well won there. Good clean out there by Kearney.
Absolutely.
DeLeon still looking for that little seam. And referee says, nah, had the hands on it, got the ball, and so the not releasing call against Army goes to LIU. Nice show and go, but Gilchrist up to the challenge. Well done on the defensive work. Number 9, is this the 9? No, this is not the 9. Gonna have to get the jersey number. That's the player I didn't have the jersey number on before.
All right, so we can get her props for both times.
Yeah, 2 tries for the Phantom.
So that was a tough one for Army because they had that great strip right here, got on the front foot, started moving that ball forward. They looked pretty threatening there for a sec. See, the flags did not go up.
Yep, no on the kick there. Yep.
And then, I don't know, I'm liking what I'm seeing coming out of that Sharks jersey when it comes to their transition from offense to defense because they get right on it, right?
Yeah.
And they're able to turn that ball over right away. And then they've got these slicing runners from this young lady. Hopefully we get a jersey number shortly, and it's off to the races.
I can't tell if that's 13 or 14.
Let's see what we can do. Unfortunately, they're on the far side of the field.
We're going to get that number so we can give some credit where credit is due. But wind picks up a little bit. See if that has any effect on the kick. Ball is up. It's a nice strike. Goes 10.
Well taken
by Winker. Gabby drives for a meter or two, releases and picks up again. That's a nice, smart play.
Yeah, yeah.
King, little pump fake there. Alyssa Davis goes in. That one looked a little high. Ball is stripped, and it comes out. So referee says playing the knock-on advantage as we get a good gust of wind coming across the Hudson. That also knocked, and so we're going to go back to the first one. So they were playing a knock-on advantage, and it's going to go back and be an LIU scrum. 14, I got the jersey number. It is 14.
All right.
So give some credit where credit's due. That's Corey Fields, who...
well done, Rugger.
We'll have to check into if that's of the Fields family of rugby players. Could be, could be. There's another very, very fast player. Haven't seen her this year, Cameron Fields. Good little flick inside. That 9 is dangerous. Ball comes out. This is the 5.
Looking for that
space.
space.
Yep, looking for that slice all day. DeLeon may have had it, but the ruck was solid. Well done. A little bit of a mishandle. And once again, Corey Fields showing a really strong burst of speed. That's 3, and making it count. Every time hands on ball, making that count. So good work there.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, again, you know, I think we're just seeing great ball in hand from LIU right now. I mean, there's like they're playing at a full pace. They're trusting left to right, right? They're not worried about that ball not making the hands, right? Those passes are made. They're there. They're finishing the play. They're getting it to their speedster, and boom, it's finished.
Kick does not go through, and that'll signal the end of this first period. Well, first of the 3 periods, second half of that first period. And that one will go to LIU 27-5. So the story of that round, I would say, has to be Corey Fields. Three really, really impressive tries. And probably the subplot, if there is one, is Army, you know, going to have to stiffen up on defense, going to have to sort of make adjustments and deal with that.
I don't think you're wrong there, Mike, because I think Army's attack is clicking. But you know, they just have to sew up that defensive line there, and basically mark 14 Fields, because you know now you know who the threat is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Finishing speed for sure. So looks like referee will come off, maybe get a quick sip of water as the teams regroup, and have a couple of minutes to take a break, and then they'll do it again. And it looks like the coaches have made their way, have some words of wisdom and some adjustments perhaps, and we'll see what comes out in the second period.
I was waxing poetic about how nice it was before, and the wind's picking up now.
What a jinx. All of a sudden there's leaves flying everywhere here at Anderson, and
yeah.
the wind has arrived.
I think we're witnessing the end of our wonderful fall.
All right, so we'll take a break here for a couple of minutes as the teams regroup. This should effectively work like a halftime of sorts, and so we're going to go ahead and put the mics down for a minute and let them regroup, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Sounds good.
All right, welcome back. And so we are now going to start up this second round, and so it looks like Army's on the field. LIU going to make their way to the field. Referee is ready, and we'll pick it back up where we left off. Hopefully the gales of November have moved on, and now we'll have calm seas and calm winds.
I went to school up here. Doubtful.
So we got some new numbers on the field. Looks like could be Emily Steen there with the ball in hand. And who else are we seeing out there? Looks like maybe Yesenia Morales has entered the game. Could be Andrade back on the field. And let's see. And Harper Ray wearing the 16. So those are the subs for Army. And LIU is back on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here we go. Clock is back on. Ball is up.
Nice ball.
And it is fielded. And it looks to be knocked. And so referee says, yep, we're going to hold it there. We're going to get our first scrum. So Steen is able to make it work. Puts up a high ball. And, of course, that's always a challenge. And it was not fielded cleanly. So we'll see the scrum. And the clock is running.
There was a lot of hang time on that ball, Mike, that I think they could have gotten under that a little bit quicker and avoided that that knock on there. You know, it's like, you know, well played by Steen to drop it into space.
Yep.
But, you know, you can judge that thing. You got to get there, man. It can't take that first bounce.
Yeah, that's always one of those tricks, right? I mean, it's like one of those fundamental things is you got to take it out of the air.
Absolutely.
So it looks like Steen will be in the first receiver position, and Gabby Winker outside of her. Looks like maybe DeLeon in the 9. Came out the channel, so it's going to be redone. New scrum half in for LIU. It looks like someone we may know.
Is that right?
Looks to be Molly McPherson wearing the 21 jersey, playing in the number 9 position. Molly,
I think Bill just caught her dad walking below us as well.
Yeah, Molly, a Morris product. And here comes the ball. Ball comes out. And DeLeon with a really nice pursuit, able to make that tackle and create some positive energy. Up again hard. Nice little kick into space. It's going to be a foot race. Looks like Cassidy Ball going to be back first. Takes a funky bounce. Able to recover.
Nice work
smart
from
play
Cassidy
there,
Ball.
yeah. Steen out to Harper Ray. Ball is sealed. Looks like Steen has ball in hand. Comes out to Winker. Looked to be a bit high. Referee says, yeah, that one high enough that we're going to send you off. So that's a yellow card.
Okay.
And number 2 going to make her way to the sideline. Winker with ball in hand. So LIU will play down a person for a bit here. And Winker takes it, looks for a little gap. Working with Morales. Morales, but the ball was forward. So referee's call there for those at home who may not have picked up on that. Referee felt Morales, Yesenia was ahead of the play, and so the pass was therefore forward. And so that forward pass will result in a scrum to LIU. So some decisions going to have to be made here to create the 5 in the scrum because of the penalty. And so LIU sends in a new hooker. Props are set. Engage is on. And it looks like it's hooked. DeLeon right on top.
Yeah.
Ball comes out. A little bit wonky. There's Winker there. Nicely done. Cassidy Ball in pursuit. Going to try to find it. Great offload back to Winker, and it's going to count.
Wow.
So Gabby Winker finds the try zone. But I think the piece that is impressive there is they gave it and gave it back. So Cassidy Ball makes the offload or takes the offload and then gives it back in traffic. Winker able to put the ball down.
Give and go, give and go, give and go.
It's a pretty game when it works like that.
Absolutely.
Emily Steen with ball in hand. Good solid strike, and the flags are up. And so that's going to make it 27-12 as Army makes their way back to the center.
Army with a little bit more fire in their belly coming into this, call it second of three components of this game. And I think we were looking at it earlier on. I didn't want to interrupt the play calling, but Mike, I think we started to see that defense that you were looking for.
Yeah.
In that first part of this three-parter.
So there's the kick. Bobbled, but gone backward, so still played. Now this player has made some really nice runs. That time Steen may have had it. Lost her feet, but referee says you got it, but it was still out, so smart play. That was McPherson grabbing the ball, and still bobbled. This is Agunlola. So a little choppy, the ball's kind of all over the place. And now Steen able to bring it out. A little handling error there, and so it looks like it's going to be a knock-on, go to LIU. So the penalty is now over, the card is over, and so the referee signals to the sideline to bring the player back on, and it will be a scrum to LIU. So that was a bit of a flurry there. Ball was sort of flying around and wasn't quite secured, and this time it goes to LIU. So a new look in the pack there for Army. I think you can hear him on the sideline talking about Yesenia Morales as in at the hooker position, not where we typically see her, the outside center or inside center, but hey, person of many talents.
There you go.
Ball comes out. Oh, that one was red. Winker saw it coming, and now going to make it count. Corey Fields on the chase. The chase.
Oh, my God.
Wow, what unbelievable speed, but a smart play by Winker, who regathers and scores the try. Man, that was an exciting little bit right there. So Winker makes the read, gets a great jump on the ball, but Corey Fields, with a burst of speed, catches her 2 meters out, makes the tackle. Gabby with enough presence of mind to release the ball, pick it back up, dot it down, and Steen makes it count with 2 more. So that's some pretty good rugby right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we always talk about it, right? It's not over when the tackle's made, right? You got to snap up and get right back into it, because you get a player like Winker who's going to pull something like that. We saw her do it earlier in about the 50, where she recollected and got up and took it again. Like, she got paid dividends for the work that she's doing.
That is heads-up work.
Absolutely.
BIG, as they say, right? Get back in the game. And if you're not back in the game, that's what happens. So well played there by Gabby. The intensity has gone up. Big barreling run there by the number 5, who has been doing this all night, and makes it count again. Now the ball comes back out. That one a little sideways, so Army looking to make it happen, and DeLeon gets it. The quick tap, and she's away.
Army's got fire in the belly, Mike.
Chloe is a sevens player of the highest caliber, showing it right there. What a great play, but it looks like it was knocked forward. The question will be, looks to me like we're going to see a penalty try. So referee goes to the pocket and calls a player over. And so what this means, look for the referee to make her way under the posts to give the try. So for those at home who don't know the game, what that means is that a penalty was committed in the act of scoring. So the player would have scored if not for the penalty, which means it's an automatic try under the posts, no kick required, 7 points automatically. And so you see the LIU player goes off and will serve some time in the sin bin, and Army adds 7 to their score. And so that will make it 26-27. And we've got some serious intensity starting to form in this game, Steph.
Unbelievable, Mike. You know what? And this is where good refereeing comes in, right? And hats off to the center for being at the play, seeing what's happening right there, because that can get whitewashed in a lot of places, right?
You nailed it.
Nice work.
It's such a great point. I mean, you know, it's a big open play. You got to get absolutely on your horse to get down there.
Yeah.
And then to be in position to see it. Great job by Camille.
Absolutely.
Ball comes up. Bounces, finds its way out, which means, was it touched? Was it touched? No ruling yet. I'm not sure if it was. It was not, and so it's going to go back to LIU.
Yeah, that looked like it just broke the line on its own.
And so the line out will go to LIU. Clock says 1:40 left to play in this half of this period. Going to clean some things up in the line out, see if they're going to match numbers. Got to put a person in the channel. There it is. Yep. again, these are some of the finer details. Got to have somebody in that defensive position. So it's all cleaned up, and now the line out. Jump is up. A couple of groans, some folks who didn't think it was straight, but you know, the ball is now over. Cassidy ball there to make the play. Again, great hands by Cassidy.
Always, always.
There's the latch and drive. And the ball comes out. It's available. DeLeon up. Takes it herself.
Sneaky, sneaky off the back of that.
Regathers and goes again.
I love it, Mike. She takes her time walking up to that, like kind of gets everybody off guard and then sneaks away.
That
right?
is a smart play.
Oh, man.
It's like, if you don't guard that first channel, I'm going to make it count.
Yeah, yeah.
Carreno drives in, sets the ball, comes out again. Andrade to Winker. Takes the first contact and drives on, still gaining some meters, still on her feet, still churning forward. The offload back to Andrade. DeLeon trying, looking for it. Agunlola gonna try to make it happen. Big hard contact in 3 meters out.
Good cleaning tackle there, absolutely.
Morales looks
Nice
to flick
ball.
Carreno into space. Makes it count for the score, puts 5 on the board, and the crowd is very excited about that try. Great work there by Carla Carreno to get Army their first lead.
Yeah, I mean, we're 30 minutes into rugby here, and this is the first time that Army has taken the lead on the board here, and they've just scraped and clawed and scratched their way back. And I'd say the last 5 to 7 minutes of play here has been all Army.
Yeah.
All Army, Mike.
Yeah, and I think that's, I mean, listen, I mean, you know, there's no script in this game, but I think that's something we certainly see with Bill and his style of play. Likes to be attacking, likes to be on the front foot, get after it, and, you know, open up, make some stuff happen.
Yeah, no quit.
So the whistle blows, and that's the end of this part of the period. And so 31-27 is where we will pause.
Yeah, that puts us officially at the half at this point of the 30 of the 60. So
Yeah, that's a good point. We're so one full period down, one half of the second period. The wins are still here, so that may factor into the next round. But wow, that was an exciting few minutes.
absolutely, that was great Army rugby right there. I mean, just really well played, like we were saying, for those 5 to 7 minutes. Just in control of the ball the whole time, you know, taking their time. And let's go back to that nines work right there at the breakdown. She kind of strolls up to it, taking her time, right? Kind of sets everybody on the back foot, sees that channel, and boom. I mean, that's where it started, Mike.
Yeah, that's pretty sneaky work by Chloe, you know?
Absolutely,
sort
I
of
love
like
it.
controls the tempo.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's what they say, right? A good nine
Like a bit of a
understands this
side
idea of
shuffle on
like,
the way up, like-
we control the tempo of the game. Sometimes we want to go fast, sometimes we want to go slow.
100%.
But of course, that's it. I mean, like, so I know I talk about it with our players a lot, the
Sure.
idea of change of direction, change of speed.
Yeah.
That's how we separate. So that idea of I can bring you down a step in your tempo and then speed you up, that's hard to defend.
Yeah, you're putting them on the back foot, and then all of a sudden you're panicking. It's a different level of rugby when you start playing that way. When the mind starts working that way on the field, you're seeing a different level of rugby.
Yeah, that's an interesting, it really is. That's a great point, and it's one that I think, you know, more players would benefit reviewing. This idea that, you know, you want to go fast, of course, but if you always go fast, well then everybody sort of knows what you're doing. It's kind of like, you know, you're just keeping a constant.
Yeah.
But if I change it on you, now
you're
all of a
guessing.
sudden, yeah, you're guessing. And
Now you're
all I
guessing.
need is a step. You know, a player like that with good acceleration, I need one step, one little seam, and I can make it count.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love it. That'll be my play for the night. That worked for the night for me. I mean, I saw it happening. I'm like, oh my God, well done.
And so,
It's the kind of thing that I used to get beat on.
exactly. That's how they do it. All right, so Army makes their way back to the field, and look like we're getting back on track.
Excuse me.
31-27, 10 minutes back on the board, and this time LIU will kick. So some additional subs back, you know, kind of again, the beauty of this game is that they're a little more free-flowing. They can make some changes on the fly. And so you see some numbers that were in the first period, back in now. I see Reagan King out there. Ringdahl's out there wearing the number 1 jersey. Harper Ray out there in the 16, it looks to be. Maybe Vizzacaro back on the field.
Molly's
and
back in
it does
as
look
well,
like, yep, on the LIU side, the card has been served. And player has the ball in hand. And so we'll get this restarted. Referee says, yep, we're on.
So full tennis side.
Kick.
McPherson back on the field
This
after
is
the
Vizicaro.
unfortunates of the yellow under the posts.
King out to Gilchrist, looking to swing it into the width. Great hands by Morales. The last little flick. This is Harper Ray. Good hard work by Harper. Stays in bounds. Really
Amazing.
Smart play by the winger. Referee says, yeah, that was a high tackle, and so we're going to keep the ball with Black. Ray says, I'll do it myself. King gains some meters. Vizicaro cleans it out. Steen with ball in hand. Goes backward. It's regathered there. That could be Andrade. To Carney. Looking for a gap here. This is Gilchrist. Good hard tackle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still looking.
Nice
little
ball.
flick. That's Morales. Shakes one off. Shakes the second one off. Still looking. What an idea. Oh, the offload almost successful. They keep the ball. Comes back out. Oh, referee says, nah, that one was called off. So looked to me like maybe the AR on the far end there. The assistant referee may have said, nah, traveled forward from my angle, so it's going to go to LIU in the scrum. So they came out with the same level of intensity in this period, and I think that, you know, at this point, we're going to see what happens. Can they defend? This is going to be the key moment, I think.
Okay, interesting.
31-27. LIU is in front of their 22, so they're not going to kick, or if they do, it won't go straight out. And they've got some attackers on the field, so they're going to look to run.
They're set up for it, Mike.
Here comes the ball. First one's there, second one through, and that time Steen able to make it happen. An awkward tackle. Hope that player's okay.
Yeah.
Looked like maybe grabbing the ankle. Ball comes back out. This player finds some space.
Wow.
Is this the number 5 again?
Yes, it is.
I believe it is.
Great chase from 16
That's
in the
Sailor
black,
Russell.
Ball for naught.
And that one able to score. So
hard work from that second rower right there.
LIU says, no, we're not going to count ourselves out yet. You know, we like this idea of a battle, and now it's 32-31. And the kicker really in pretty good position to hit this strike. Goes a little wide, so doesn't get the points. And so 32-31 is the score with 7:30 to play in this period. So my roster says that's Sailor Russell.
Okay.
For
In the
LIU.
5?
Yep.
Yeah.
And multiple times we've seen her make that hard run. It's kind of like, look, you better put a shoulder on this player.
Absolutely. You got to mark that 5. You got to get in there low. You can't let her get that head of steam going, because that's the result of what happens when you go to toll booth tackle or the arm tackle, right?
Yep.
It's like, mark up. Mark up.
So one thing I got to say, a little shout out to Coach D. Nash, is really nice work here. They've got some weapons. Oh, referee takes the brunt of that one. And thankfully, smiles and laughs, no pain or problems. But referee took one on the chin. Now the kick is up. Oh, funny
Weird
hop.
little bounce,
Yep,
yeah.
Steen picks it up. Gonna try to make something happen. Alyssa Davis, back out. That's Carney.
Army
Great
ball, moving
stiff
well.
arm. Well fend. Referee says, yep, and you were high in the tackle. So looked to me like Ellie Carney picked up on that high tackle. If somebody comes in high on you like that and you try that fend, it looked to be pretty good.
Yeah.
So Steen got the ball. Going to try to put one in the corner. And does so. Touch finder. So Army will have the line out at, let's call that, I don't know, maybe the 27, 28 meters out.
Sure. Between the 10 and the 22, it's a good attacking platform for Army here. We've seen their line out. It looks sharp. This is a great spot for them.
So Morales makes her way into the line out. Looks like we get some organization. King with the ball. Looks to be doing the honors of throwing. Ball's up. Fielded nicely. Brought out to Vizicaro, out to Gilchrist. Steen to Davis.
Good ball.
Oh! Final pass out to Harper. Harper Ray stays in, sees the sideline, smart play.
What an
Still
athlete.
driving forward, gaining some meters, but the poach is successful. But referee says, nah, you didn't release in the tackle. Got to release the tackle before you give that a shot. Now that was some solid work. Who was that, Steen? All right. I'm gonna go back and watch that one. That was pretty good. This is Kearney. Good tackle. King seals it off. They look like they might have the numbers on the outside. Gilchrist in the corner.
I think it's theirs, Mike. Tough to stop that momentum right there.
And, oh, wait a minute. What do we
Was
got?
it lost forward?
Looks like possibly an injury, some conversation with the AR. They're gonna make sure. Referee says it was knocked on, so no try. So knocked in the tackle, and it's going to be a 5-meter scrum to LIU. Very close, but not quite able to put that final touch.
So off the clock, if you want to go back and watch what Steen did there, I'd say it was about at 3:50 on the clock because that was reminiscent of Joe Mahler and Faf Leclerc.
Yank
exactly.
Yep. So it looks like Aaron Jacobs is back, expecting the kick.
Declerc, pardon me.
Probably good that you got that right. Faf might be watching this broadcast later.
right. I heard he's an avid viewer, avid fan.
So the scrum is on, and we're going to see what happens here. The kick appears to be lined up, which would make sense. No, they go, no, we're going to bring it out. Try to gain a few meters, maybe kick it the second time. Jacob's still back.
I think they're reading the backfield, Mike.
Yeah.
They see that there's black jersey back here and it's not open grass, so.
Yep, no freebies this time. Good little release and pick, well played. Could be the 5 again. Churn in the legs. Oh, looks like we got a player down on the field.
Yeah, not in good shape either. Hopefully it's
not
better than it looks.
Not what we want to see. Nice little offload there. Bobbled and into touch. So a nice idea, nice try. And so, ball goes into touch, which means it will be Army's throw on the line out. Referee holds the mark. Player down is being attended to by the staff, and looks like the time is going to be off as a result of it. So we'll take a little break there, and 2 minutes and 28 says the clock on the field. Of course, the referee has the official time, but 2:28, and it looks like the player is up. Morales is up and making her way to the sideline, which is always good to see.
Yeah, absolutely, because, man, she was writhing in pain there, so glad to see her be able to shake that off.
Well, with any luck, it was more frustration than pain, but I guess we'll find out.
Well, she's taped up pretty well on that knee there, so.
Ball comes in, fielded nicely. That was Ringdahl. To Gilchrist, to Jacobs.
Nice little dummy runner.
To the width. Harper Ray, a little show and go. Didn't quite make out who that was driving on. Ball back out, Steen to King. King looks to shoot the gap, gains a few.
Good hard runner.
Seal is on.
Ball safe with her.
Ball back out, Vizicaro, Gilchrist. Again, gonna maybe draw him off sides. Ringdahl. A little underhanded pass. Again, out to Ray. She's been on both sides of the field doing the work. Good footwork. Stays in again. That's 3 times that she's been in danger of getting knocked into touch, but understands the assignment and
Who
stays
is that
in
young
bounds.
lady? What is her name?
Harper Ray, wearing the 16 jersey.
Yeah, I tell you what, she's getting horrible ball service, and she's making something out of it every time, I mean, look, you're under pressure. You got to get that ball off. There's these basketball passes, but this kid just grabs it out of the air, makes it hers. I mean, holy cow.
LIU able to gain it on the poach. This is Russell, their number 5. Now the ball comes out. Number 9 looks for space, can't find it. Runner is met with some contact. That's Kearney driving on, but the legs are continuing to churn. Turns it into something positive, and now the ball comes back out. King on the tackle with Gilchrist. Little sidestep, well played. Oh, stolen that time. So that was Gilchrist in good position. But looks like maybe they were able to come over and win it in the ruck, and LIU keeps the ball. Steen on the tackle. Got the numbers here in defense, just gonna have to make sure they finish it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like they're trying to get the ball back to the right side of the field. This is the 5, that's Russell. She's making it count, she's a tough runner. That looked to be a little high. Referee says yes, it was. And the penalty is on, but we're gonna hold because we've, again, got a player on the field. And so clock is off.
So, Mike, in the 4th period at this point in time, right, Army's got to realize that you can't let Russell get ahead of steam under those feet, right?
Yeah.
So we saw great organization, great shape on that defense. I need those 3, 4, 5 hard steps, particularly when you're coming up against that 5. Do not let her get that wind under her feet.
The 5-meter race. The 5-meter race. As soon as that ball comes out, you got to get in her face before she can get up to speed.
And to be fair, we were talking about the work over here being done by the 16 jersey, and I said getting horrible ball service. To be fair, when the winger gets the ball many times, it's in a panic, right?
Yeah,
so,
sure.
You know, it's not a shot at anybody on her team who's
No,
dishing
that's
the ball
the
up
job.
to her. You know, but she's just doing a great job by the paint there, keeping her cool head, making it happen.
So player for LIU is back up on her feet, making her way to the sideline. That could be their burner, Fields. Hopefully she's okay. A little bit of a hitch there in the step, and so hopefully she's doing all right.
Yeah.
So 5 meters out, LIU with ball in hand. The period on the field, the clock says the period is over. LIU 32, Army 31. I would assume we'll see just a quick tap, and then going to try to match it up. There it is. Comes out to the left. They look for Russell smartly, and that time able to make it count. So Russell makes the offload. Didn't quite catch the try scorer's number, but able to dot it down. Put 5 on to make it 37-31, and the kick will follow.
Once again, some nice kind of deception coming out of the Shark jersey, right? It's like it gets dished to Russell. Russell is the first receiver, right? And everybody bites on Russell, and then quick hands out to her teammate.
Make it easy, right?
Yeah.
Keep it simple. So, kicker lines up. Strike, but not able to find the posts. And so that's going to be the end of the period. It's going to end 37-31. So I believe we should have one more. And that's going to finish this thing out. Yeah, that's right. We got about 20 minutes to play, so 2 10s. And a close game.
Oh, man, that second period, the 20 minutes, was that was a lot of fun to watch, Mike.
Yeah.
From both sides.
They ramped that thing up.
Absolutely.
That's for sure.
Man, I'm telling you, I love the work coming out of, I forget her name now, the 16 in the black here.
Harper Ray.
Harper Ray, holy cow. I mean, just dominating that near side here, knows where the paint is every time, has great spatial awareness, keeps the ball in play. I mean, just, man, that's who you want in that 11 jersey, right? That 11 and 14, that kind of quiet confidence.
Smart heads up.
Yeah.
Yep, smart heads up work.
Don't worry, I got it. Like, wow. Wow, impressive.
So it is. It's a important skill, and it's one of those ones where it seems like it would be easy.
Yeah.
It is not.
It is not at all.
It is not. You're running full pace, and you're trying to keep, sort of what's happening in front of you in mind, and then what's happening around you in mind, and making that decision on the fly. So good job by Harper.
You're doing a lot of computing at that point, right?
Yeah.
As you're moving at top speed. Yeah, impressive.
So the teams regroup. And we'll get ready for that last period. So we'll take another quick break, and then we'll start it back up again when the final period commences.
Sounds good.
All right, and we're back. So apparently the wind kicks up between periods because what we've got now is some serious gusting on the field. The ball is literally rolling down the field as the wind blows it across. And so the scoreboard has gone back to zeros. So this third period is apparently a blank slate.
Okay.
Which I believe, congratulations to LIU, would give LIU the win if that's how it's working. But we've got 10 back on the board and players on the field from both sides. So we'll get this thing rolling. Referee restarts the watch, gives the nod to the kicker, and away we go. It's a nice kick.
Yeah.
Fielded well.
Oh!
It looked like maybe a little bit of a no-wrap tackle there. Got away with one, I think. But the ball comes out. So not sure who that was on the receiving end. Could have been Ringdahl, but whoever it was, good job. Take that play.
Oh!
Good little athletic play. Well done by Jacobs. Smart play. And
well read by Army, too.
Looks like Weimer coming down, going to make some pressure happen here. Now, can they stay fanned out and play it? There it is, well done. That's Steen and Zoe Weimer on the play. Steen looking to pick, drives over. Army appears to have secured it. There it is, so they win the ball, make it count there. And Ringdahl in space, gonna go ahead and put the first one of this period down. Well done, so
she's looking around that corner to make it easier for the kicker, but smartly dots it down there not to get driven out the back. So nice work.
So kind of a wacky sequence there. I mean, so the ball comes out, and what we see is it's a little out of reach of the LIU player.
Yeah.
Who just jab steps, just throws the foot out there, pops it forward. It lands right in Jacobs' hands, who's really very smartly puts it on the foot because no one's back there.
Yeah, well read.
Smashes it down the field. 3 chasers come down, they win the ball, and they're able to bring it out of the corner for Ringdahl. So, yeah, so well played, good start, and Steen has the ball just wider than the 15-meter line. So not an easy kick, but one that she can definitely make. It's a good strike.
It
the
really
wind,
is.
look at the wind! Oh, I think it fell a meter short. Oh, man, what a strike.
Holy cow, we watched that thing move.
She did like the Lionel Messi curve on the strike.
Right.
I mean, come on.
Into the top corner.
Seriously.
Back of the onion bag.
Like, looked like it was wide the whole way, curves right around. How about that? All right, Vizzacaro ball in hand. She sends it back down.
Meteorology major.
Hard charging run. Steen looks to get hands on. The clean out effective, though. And now, that was well read. Cassidy ball was in the space, and that player sort of saw it and just smartly kept it in hand. Ball comes back out. Flicks out to the right side of the field. Ball still coming, a little underhanded offload.
A little chicken wing there, nice.
It's getting physical now around the breakdown. The 9
certainly is.
Makes it count again. This 9 is going to punish you if you are not home. Cassidy ball in the chase, looks for the ankle tap, not able to do it.
Oh, wow.
And able to dot it down for the try. So LIU answers back, but I think the story there that you have to see is that 9 is scanning appropriately. Picks the eyes up, says, look, no one's in that initial position, I'm gone.
That's a big thing for the 9 roll too, right? How many times do you see those, like maybe somebody who hasn't had a lot of experience at that role, they go in, they're looking at the ball. She's going into that contact area, seeing that ball ready. She knows where it is. She's got head up, head on a swivel, looking around. What are the options? What are the opportunities? What a thinker.
Yeah.
What a thinker on her feet. Man, awesome.
Strike is going to go in front of the post, and so we're going to stay locked at 5. And, yeah, I mean, I think hats off to the 9 there, who, with some real acceleration, able to make that one count.
Oh, man, and the wheels to boot. I mean, holy cow.
That is R.J. Scott.
Yeah, well done.
As far as the roster that I've got, and R.J. well played. Looks like we've got a shoelace issue, and we'll go ahead and get back to the game.
Well, we were saying at the break, Mike, we weren't live at that point, but both sides have given us a lot of fun to watch tonight.
I agree. There's the kick. Cassidy Ball takes it, looks for a seam.
There you go.
She
Here's
says,
I
can do this too. And there's the acceleration going right for the posts. Gonna make that one count, and so dots it down for 5 right under the posts. And so we have seen that one before. If you're a Cassidy Ball fan, you know, do not leave space on the opening kickoff or you will be punished.
Absolutely.
Great step there by Cassidy and some great acceleration. The chase was on. I mean, the LIU chase was on, but she was just able to continue to build speed.
She just had a couple of strides ahead there that she's never given up.
Zaccaro strikes and the stick is up, which means we are now at 12-5 in this period with about 5 minutes gone. So we've played about 75 minutes of rugby in this first 5 minutes of this last period. It has just been absolutely excitement after moment of excitement.
It's a point.
So Vizzacaro has the ball in hand.
It's a mitzvah.
And it's up. So the tempo is like, I mean, the work rate is just absolutely top shelf right now, and both teams are just attacking. Here comes the ball. The wind is not helpful to LIU, blows backward, but could have been knocked there in the catch. It looks like it was. But the referee says, no, that's a penalty because you didn't retreat on the kick.
Okay.
So when the kick is up, you have to retreat, and they are enforcing that with real vigor now. I mean, what we're seeing is that the law change is that you can't just sort of stand and hold your ground. You have to actually physically retreat. Reagan King with a show and go, 2 meters out, looks for the offload. Referee flag on the side went up, but back down, says, no, I over-anticipated. Ball's a little bit choppy down there, but it stays with black.
This is a good time for the tempo change, Mike.
Yes, good point. King driving on, a meter out. And referee says you were holding on. So no release there. The penalty goes to LIU, and they get out of some danger. So they take the quick tap. And the offload on the way down. Not successful, but they are able to keep it in hand.
Big ruck.
Contact is really getting there. This is a churning run. King able to bring down the tackle. 9 looks again, but decides this time going to pass it out. Again, the offload and contact. So LIU has clearly spent some time with that offload and contact. And Cassidy Ball with the poach and just continues to churn. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies. Not going to give it up easily. Now the ball gets set back. Zaccaro brings it to Steen. Steen with the skip pass out to Jacobs, who brings it back inside. Turns into a little switch run there by Gilchrist. Inside the 22, still on the attack, Vizzacaro. Agunlola looking for space. Work rate continues to be high. Vizzacaro out to Carreno. Carreno looks, there's the flick, it's coming. There it is, King gonna try to make it happen. Final pass, that's another one for Ringdahl. Gonna put it right under the posts for 5 more.
That was so well worked by the black jersey right there, Mike. That was the patience that we were kind of chatting about over there when it was starting to get sloppy in that corner.
Yep.
Army takes control of the ball. They slow the game down to where they want to play it from. And then when they need that acceleration, when they've created that outside space, they attack and make it happen.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I'm going to give a hat tip there to Reagan King because the space on that corner, it was probably available for her to take a few steps, but clearly had Ringdahl on the overload.
Sure,
She was away.
Yeah. And she just pulls in that defender and opens it up for Ringdahl. You're absolutely right.
So the kick hits the post and does not make it through, so that keeps the score at 17-5. And the clock on the field says about 1 minute and 20 left to play. So this has been an exciting period. It's like the game has been ramping up in energy as we've gone.
100%,
I mean, this is just like relentless attack on both sides.
You'd almost like to see another 20.
Yeah. I don't want to go home just yet.
Right.
Vizzacaro drives it down.
Easy for us to say
nicely.
without the boots on.
Yeah, it's fair. Good hard run. Weimer, nicely done. Zoe Weimer, good work on the tackle. Ball driving the legs. Kick is up. Nice little chip kick. Jacobs gonna make the play. There it is, goes sideways and able to make it happen. Carreno out into the width. So nice play by Aaron Jacobs there to keep it alive. Up, the referee says that one traveled forward. Unfortunately, that's gonna mean it's gonna go scrum to LIU, and it's gonna stop that forward progress.
Well, you know, I gotta tell you, a little hat tip to Ball in the 19 jersey in the contact area. She's really been working on that because, I mean, she has been deadly in that breakdown area all night, whether it's going in for the poach, controlling the ball in there. I mean, really nice work, Mike.
Yeah, I think it's fair kudos. Ball comes out, wind is whipping. That's McPherson bringing it into space. Still looking for these quick flicks. Oh, this is Gilchrist. Able to make the tackle. Weimer drives on, but it's sealed. Oh, sorry.
That's right.
Ball comes out.
Look at that.
Attempt on the tackle. The legs are driving. There it is. Oh, referee says you got it that time. Reagan King with a nice poach. Got her hands on the ball and just would not give it up. Bulldog moment of the day right there. She was getting pounded on in that ruck area and just kept on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Referee says this is the last play.
We're at 0-0s.
And Vizzacaro gonna just end it. And that's the final whistle. So I've completely lost track.
Okay.
Are we done?
There's
one more. One more. Okay.
Okay.
Apologies to the fans at home.
Oh, so we'll play 80.
I have.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
60.
That 10 minutes. Yeah, that 10 minutes was high intensity, man.
Well, I think you said it best earlier. It's like it's just been building from the first whistle, right? LIU came out on the front foot. Army took a little bit of time to get that fire in the belly going. But when that kind of matched up, it's been this rolling boulder downhill of a game like the whole time up to this point.
Yeah.
I mean, really impressive from both sides.
Well, I don't see any handshakes, so our instinct is correct. There'll be one more 10-minute period. So we're in the
You know what threw me was the two.
half.
I thought we were in the, yeah, okay.
We're in the second half of the third period. And so this will be the 50th to 60th minute. So we're still on track. That's the good news.
Yeah, good stuff. And we get another 10 minutes here. So.
Man, it's like you kind of just like
I'm
not sure what to expect now. It's like, it's like you're kind of not sure what's about to happen, but you just get this vibe that it's going to be intense, whatever it is.
100%. 100%.
And so, Women's Army Rugby makes their way back to the field. LIU, a couple of final words there by the coach. And let's see if we can spot some numbers. So I see Aaron Jacobs on the field. I see Harper Ray on the field. Reagan King on the field. Looks like Zoe Weimer out there. Carla Carreno.
Coach Bill's got to be pretty happy with the performance tonight, right? Because we're looking at some of his new recruits.
Yeah.
The younger side of the team, and they're putting up a performance.
Yeah, we got a chance to chat with him a little bit before the game, and I think he was excited about that. I mean, they've had so many intense games this season that some of these players who, maybe haven't gotten as many minutes, they're able to get some time on the field tonight. And that's always a huge investment in your program. Something you would love to do in every game, but, I mean, Naira is competitive, and every single game counts and matters. And so this is an opportunity for some of these players to show what they can do, and so far they've been doing it.
I think when you play at this level, you expect it, but to your point, it's welcome when it happens, right?
Yeah.
It's like it is, you get to put on the jersey after a hard week of practice. Absolutely.
So they switch sides. Army on the right side of the screen, LIU on the left. And we'll get this thing back underway. I would say any second now, we should get about a 40-mile-an-hour gust. but right now, it seems only...
I hope we're getting it at home so it's blowing the leaves into my neighbor's yard.
I am that neighbor. Jeez. Ball comes up. This is Vizzacaro. Oh, takes a bounce, and King able to make it happen. Well played. Chases the kick and able to regather. Agunlola.
Great shape from Army.
Weimer drives on. Sealed up. And conversation happening. This is Jacobs. Jacobs out to Andrade. Drives on and gains a few.
Tough player, that Andrade.
Sealed, yeah. I think we watched her play a little bit in the Oxford game, and I remember being pretty impressed.
Yeah, I agree.
This is Weimer. Agunlola out to King. Look at, unfortunately not able to handle. The arm is out, and the knock-on is called, but the advantage is being played, so the ball continues on. Well, that one was a second knock, and so not going to come back to the original advantage. Maybe advantage gained, and so now it's back out.
Great hands from King to
real
grab
good
that
hand
out.
that time. That was a hard pass. Ruck is formed. Weimer comes in. Out to Harper. Ray drives a few. Mizzacaro. To Carreno. Hard, firm tackle there. Able to set it. King. To Weimer. Agunlola.
There you go.
Ringdahl.
I was waiting for Army to make that move because LIU wasn't biting.
Oh, but the poach is successful. LIU brings it back. Looking for the final pass. Couldn't quite get there. Good tackle by King. Back onto the pile.
That's an important play right there.
Yep, smart play defensively. Big hard run. So that was a run. The LIU player clearly read the tacklers were coming in a little bit high and made it count.
Great
final
quick
pass.
Hands. Oh, unlucky.
Unfortunate for LIU, but able to regather. Ball did not travel forward. That was Ray, I think, with the tackle. LIU looking to gain some momentum here. They're getting some meters on every carry. Looking for the numbers. They're talking. That final flick.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, that one off the hands, and so the knock on. And so it's going to be a scrum down to Army. So you could see it. You could kind of see it building out there. They were trying to gain those meters, pulling that last runner, and then maybe put her on the outside, but just couldn't get that final pass.
You can see the physicality of this game starting to wear on both sides of the players, too, because that structure, that shape that was there to this point is starting to ease a little bit, right? It's just they've been playing a hard brand of rugby tonight.
Yeah. Ball is in on the scrum, comes out. Vizcarro plays it off the feet. Little contact after the pass.
Oh.
Weimer with a little break.
Just
gonna have the step. There it is. That's the step.
Look at
now
that
the
chase,
question is, can she hold off the chase? Good swerving run, gonna make it count. Well played there by Zoe Weimer wearing the 9 jersey.
Like eyes in the back of her head. She never turned to look. She just knew what to do there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's, again, one of those finer details. It's like, your tendency or your instinct is just run fast and straight, right? Like, get me to the point A to point B, shortest distance between 2 points kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But that's the worst thing you can do because that defender is gaining ground on you.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if you just give that little swerve, all of a sudden now
just puts them off that step, right?
Got to change direction.
And she did it without turning her head to look back, right? She just said, either way I go is going to take her off her pace, right?
Yeah.
And like really well thought out.
Made it count.
Yeah.
So the kick, unfortunately, not good. That keeps it at 22-5 with 5.5 or so to play. Gonna just give a shout out to our friend Blake on the chat. It looks like Blake, I don't know that we've ever met, but you are dominating the chat, sir. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching.
Fired up. That's good.
So Vizcarro, ball in hand. Big strike.
Yeah.
Good
high ball.
kick. Finds the green, and it's gathered. Ringdahl looks to get there in contact, and that was Weimer back on the tackle. So scores the try, comes down and makes the tackle. Good work. Now in on another one. This one with Vizicaro, 2 on the tackle. Ball out. Comes out to the side. Good hard work, but it looks to be knocked on. Referee says, yeah, before the knock on, it was thrown forward, which means it's going to be a scrum down that goes to Army. So 4.5 to play. There's that wind. Would not be a good choice to put the ball on the foot. It's going to blow right back at you. So we'll see. Looks like Molly McPherson in there for wearing the 9, in the 9 position for LIU. Ball comes out, makes the tackle. Good work.
Yeah, nice work.
And Gilchrist picks it up. Oh, referee says you may have been offsides there. Looks like just sort of warning. Carreno out to King with a little pace, but
offside.
So I think what happened there is the pass was a little forward.
Yeah. But
they were playing advantage, so came back for the offside penalty.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Vizicaro decides, all right, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna tap and go. We're gonna try to kick into that wind. Wind has died a little bit, so maybe the kick is on, although that flag is still standing straight out. And not quite able to find touch. And so LIU gathers and brings it back out. Good hard charge there on defense.
Absolutely.
I didn't see who that was. Ringdahl again, who's had a nice game tonight. And they've stolen it. So Army has the ball. Big hard ruck, but referee says from the side, that's a penalty. So not through the channel. Again, for those at home who don't know the game, you got to go through the actual line of the body on the ground. King drives on inside the 22, maybe 10 meters out. A little bit of an errant pass. Jacobs looks to regather, but it's Andrade. Harper Ray with the ball in hand. Fighting, but that time they got her. So, so they must have been listening to your commentary, Steph, and they knew she was going to try to keep that ball in, because that time the leg drive was on.
Man, but she was pumping her legs, trying to maintain that, ground under her feet there. Nice work. Tough to do.
So LIU will throw in with about 2:20 left. Ball's up, goes to the front jumper. Referee says it was fine, went 5. Big hard bump off, but may have lost the ball in contact. So it was a smart play, hard bump off there by the runner.
Yeah.
That was where it looks to be wearing the 19 jersey. We give a shout out to that player once I get the name.
That's an interesting spot to call that one, Mike. Like back here, just north of their 22. That's something you call closer to the other side, but it looked like it was working to their advantage.
Catch them off guard, yeah. So the 19, unfortunately, is the one that we don't have the name for, but good hard bump there, and the contact just lost the handle on the ball. Looks to be Gilchrist in the first receiver position with Jacobs just outside. Ball comes out. Vizcarra looks, maybe takes it herself. Yeah, there it is. King there to clean up. Out to Carreno. Carreno to Jacobs. 2 on the tackle. That's hard going. Little trickery there with the ball in hand. Out to that final runner. This is Harper Ray, going to look for it. Oh, well played. Now the question becomes, referee says that was a knock on, but the question becomes, did the LIU player get the hand on the ball? In which case, that would be an intentional knock on.
Oh boy.
But I don't think the call is there. Looks like it's just going to be played as a straight knock. Unfortunate for Harper, but that's the call on the field.
About 35 and counting seconds to play here.
Yep, into the final moments here. Looks like right now this one might be out of reach for LIU at 22-5, but they have the ball, and they're going to try to make this last one count. Now, I'd be keeping an eye on that scrum half if I was Army. Scrum half has shown some real good
100%.
acceleration. You give that girl a seam, she's gone.
100%.
And ball comes out onto the foot and bounces in before out, which means not directly. Army will get one last play. They will not get one last play. I am corrected by the final whistle, and that is it. So on behalf of everyone here, here at the Anderson Rugby Complex, what a great night. Really good rugby.
Yeah, Mike, I couldn't agree more. You know, like we were talking about, it was just a momentum build throughout every 10-minute series of play, and it just got better and better and better. And, you know, hats off to both sides for making it an entertaining Friday Night Lights for us.
Yeah, and I give a shout out to Coach Nash at LIU. I mean, that's the first we've seen them play in a bit, and I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a stretch to say that's the best we've seen them play.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
So,
they are a team to watch.
Yeah,
certain.
so great work seeing them on the upswing. Of course, our congrats out to Coach Bill LeClaire from Army, who put the squad out there, and they did some great work. On behalf of Nelson, Primo Galar's on the camera down below, Bill Dobbs on the camera up top, Chris Production O'Brien, as always, on the production board, and my colleague here to the left, Stefano Aliprandi. My name is Mike Eisenhart. It's been a pleasure to be with you. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Friday Night Lights at Anderson Rugby Complex. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.